Hi there, today's video will be update number 1 on my Tesla Invest and Lease test, which is a bit of a mouthful. I think I probably need a different name for that, but we'll go with it for the moment. So I financed my Tesla in a somewhat unusual way. I ran some numbers and I figured that instead of having a 50 grand car sat there depreciating on the drive, I figured if I could get a 5 to 10% return on the money that I would have invested into the car, which would have just been sat there depreciating, I'd be better off to lease the car and invest that money rather than just buying it outright. I then took that a step further. Instead of getting 5 to 10% in an index fund, I actually researched and looked into Tesla stock itself, and I ended up buying a Model 3's worth of Tesla stock instead of buying the car itself. So this is the update video number 1, just to see where we're at after 3 months into this 3-year lease. So I bought down here 3 months ago on June 8th, and I actually bought for 602.99, and you can see on this blue line chart here the ups and downs, but right now it is at an almighty 752.92 when it closed, and the pre-market price is up another 10 as well, which is pretty bonkers. So it's fair to say this is way better than I'd ever imagined it would be in such a short period. We've gone up 25% from the 602.98 all the way to 752.92. So I won't be doing any detailed analysis as to what's affected the share price in these videos, but at a high level we can see some of the big events on this chart here that have happened since June 8th when I bought all the way up to now, including recalls, some legal issues, some decent quarterly deliveries, and then things like the robot revolution, and also more recently the news from ARK Invest, who have got a target price of $3,000 on the Tesla share price. So long may that bullish run continue. So I created this spreadsheet that will help track the increases and decreases in the stock price as we go every 3 months. So in these first 3 months, we can see we've gone from 602.98 to 752.92, incredible, almost 25% increase. So just to run through the numbers quickly on here, this is what the car would have cost me if I'd have bought it. So I bought that amount of shares instead, which gave me 120.87 shares, and I bought those at 602.98. This is the sell price, which is the current price of 752.92. And if I sold for that, then I would be in profit $18,122, which is insane. It's actually incredible, that return already. I'm under no illusions that this is going to keep just going up and up at the same rate, but it's fantastic position, a great start, you know, for me to be in. So just looking at the last 3 months highs and lows, the high point was today actually, and it looks like it's going up in the pre-market as well. So at the moment that is going up to 762, which like another $1,000, which is crazy. And then the lowest point was pretty short after I bought it. Actually, it went down to, I think, 598.78, which would have obviously meant a loss if I had to sell immediately, but the plan is to hold these for 3 years, same as the lease, and then see at the end of the lease period whether this is actually a good idea or a terrible one. So just looking at the lease, this is what it will cost me overall for my 3-year lease on the Tesla Model 3 long range, and therefore with the profit of $18,000 or $12,867, we can see that is 63% of the actual total lease cost. So if it gets to $850, then it will actually pay for my entire 3-year lease, which is a great target to have and very exciting, and we'll see if we can get there in the end. Okay, just for fun, let's have a look at extrapolating out the increase that we've seen in the last 3 months. I don't think this will happen, but if it did, it would be amazing. So it's a $150 increase in the last 3 months. So if we add that up, $150 every 3 months, which as I say is probably complete dreamland. And then if I update this to the figure share price at the end of the lease, we see the profit is ridiculous, but I think that is very unlikely. But even if it just went up another $100 from today's price by the end of the lease in 2024, and it was $850, then I would effectively have had the car for free, you know, for those 3 years, as it would have paid for my lease. Let's see how we go. We'll get rid of these numbers and fill them with the real ones as and when they come in. And if you'd like to see where this journey takes me, then please consider subscribing to come along for the ride. If you're watching this in the future and you want to see how the share price is affecting things, then click the link in the description below. I've got a real-time tracker that will show the current holdings that I've got versus the share price. I'll also link to my video on leasing versus purchasing versus PCP. All right, I'll see you in the next video.